Hi guys and girls, and welcome to Aista. Here I have a CRM system that I've actually manually created. Now, of course, I started out with a CRUD generator, generating my own CRUD web API and generating my own data grid front end. However, when I was done with that process, I manually added code to the solution, and I spent 5 days in total. It's basically a CRM system. It has some KPI charts here. This is obviously just demonstration data. Here you can see latest action log items, latest contacts that was created. It provides socket signal R connections. If somebody register in this particular backend, I will immediately get a callback from the server, etc. It also allows me to create email templates. Here you can see such an email template. It contains this thing here, which is actually dynamically replaced as I am creating an email where this is replaced, ending up looking like this in total. So this is being translated as markdown and replacing the square bracket content parts, allowing me to create email templates that I can blast. Here you can see it even allows for segmentation when I'm sending emails. Now I only have one recipient, so if I send now, it will only send to me because my email address is the only one. Now this won't work though because I haven't configured an SMTP server in my API backend. However, it actually works if you configure an SMTP server. Then it allows me to create an account and only look at my accounts. It allows me to automatically integrate registrations towards my backend, becoming a contact here in my database. As you can see, I'm tracking whether or not their emails are confirmed, whether or not they're subscribing. I can create new activities. Meeting tomorrow. Contact Thomas Hansen, due, okay, tomorrow, right? Bring cookies, right? Well, when I'm done with an activity, here you can see the activity is less than 24 hours from now. If I edit it and change it to the day after that again, it's no longer bold. If I change it to done, it is in italics. When I go here to my activities, I can see here you can see the socket signal R connection actually. Then I can only see open activities or only mine activities, etc. The email blaster allows me to blast to thousands of people simultaneously. I can create multiple email definitions. I can copy an existing one. Okay, now I have a copy. This is another content email, save, etc. So now I have two emails. Let me call this one, actually, let me call this one number 2. So if you were to go to a software developer not using any forms of low code frameworks, according to conventional knowledge, that the guy, if he started out with C# or PHP or Python and started out with React or Angular, the amount of work we're looking at here is probably some, I'd say 4 or 5 months of manual software development label. Now, I created the app in 5 days, one software developer, one single software developer. So let's use our calculator here now. Let's say 5 months. Okay, 5 multiplied by 30. Okay, that's 150 days. Actually, let's do months. Okay, 5 multiplied by 22 days of work per month, multiplied by 8 hours. That's the amount of hours you would need to spend if you were manually creating this solution. So 880, let's remember that one. I spent 5 days multiplied by 80. So that's 40 hours. Now, if I charge 1,000 euros per hour, that's a total cost of ownership for my end client of 40,000 euro. If I charge 50 euros, or let's say 40 euros for manually creating the same solution. It's almost as expensive. It's even more expensive. Let me see. 5 multiplied by 8 multiplied by 1000. So I can basically charge 700 euros per hour, and I would still be less expensive than an outsourcing company charging 30 euros per hour. Why? Because I would spend 40 hours delivering something like this, while our competitors would spend 880 hours delivering the same. Because I have a head start, because I'm using low code scaffolding code generation tools. So let me show you how the system is actually created by going here to Hub and opening up my Cloudlet. And then expanding HyperID here. Here you can see the module called Robo CRM. You can see I've moved some files away. This is a very interesting file, execute KPI.get, because it's actually dynamically resolving my personalized KPI charts, right? And my charts are stored up here inside of Robo CRM KPI. Here you can see the funnel. This is that guy. This is the thing resulting in this thing. You can see new contacts. Okay, new contacts. If I want to change this, for instance, let's say new contacts, Allah, save, and I refresh, now it's going to say new contacts, Allah. So I can dynamically add any amount of KPI charts that I want to, or let's say I want to remove open activities. Okay, open activities, delete the file, ta-da, now open activities is gone. And it's only showing closed activities here now. So that's one interesting point. Another interesting point is that it has dynamic plugin capabilities capable of catching events in other systems. So the system is fundamentally architected as a microservice event sync type of system that is capable of actually having events triggered internally according to some event occurring in another system. So if you look at the code here, you'll actually see that this is just the CRUD generator. This is just the CRUD generator, right? So 80% of my backend code and probably 75% of my front-end code was automatically generated by our CRUD API generator and our CRUD data grid generator. Now there's going to be a link in the description of this YouTube video such that you can reproduce what I'm doing, but let me actually walk you through the entirety of the process. Let me delete the system here, delete, active folder, delete. Then let me go into etc. here and let me delete the front end. So because I'm going to show you how to reproduce what I'm doing. So now I have an empty cloudlet. You should go to github.com/poltergeist/robo-crm. There's a link in the description of this YouTube video. Then you should download the zip file here. I've already done it. So I have it in my downloads folder. Then you should go to github.com/poltergeist/robo-crm.frontend. Then you should download the zip file here too. Yet again, I already have that file. Now I'm going to go into HyperID. Then I'm going to choose the 3 dots here, general, install module, choose the robo crm-main.zip. This is the backend. So it's now installing my backend. Then I'm going to expand, etc. and I'm going to mark it. Then I'm going to click here, active folder, upload file. Now you need to upload the front end into this folder. Actually, sorry, I did it wrong. Let me delete it. You actually first need to create a new folder and call it front end, singular form. Then you mark front end and you upload the zip file from here. Then you mark that zip file and you unzip it. At this point, you can just delete the zip file itself. Then you need to, very, very important, you need to rename this folder. Rename, and it needs to be named src source, exactly. So you basically have etc, front end, source, and here's your code. Now I can go back to Hub And if I delete this guy, what I got to do now, when I have my backend, all I basically got to do is to create a new cloudlets. However, before I do that, there's one more thing I actually need to do. So I'm going to have to go back to my front-end generated code, expand source, expand environments, and expand environment.prod.json. This thing needs to be the URL of my API. You see here, I'm in Great Britain, and the name of my cloudlet is API-polterguy. So it needs to be https:// actually this is wrong. Yeah, API-polterguy.gb.aista.com. If you are in Great Britain, if you're in Germany, it needs to be de.us.us, etc. And then I need to change this. Now I can save the file and I can go back to Hub. Of course, now if I let me see. Yeah, now if I refresh, the cloudlet is gone. It's destroyed, right? So now I need to go back to Hub. Then I need to create a new cloudlet. Create a new Angular front-end cloudlet. Call it, for instance, CRM. Base it upon my backend, which is basically going to get these files, download them to your Kubernetes cluster, compile them as an Angular project, and deploy it. That's basically what this thing is doing. And when this thing is done, it basically has your CRM system, both the front end and the back end. So anyways, I want to emphasize the main primary argument of this video, right? So I spent 5 days multiplied by 8 hours, that's 40 hours. If I charge 1,000 euros per hour, that's a 40,000 euro. If a software developer was manually creating this, he would need 880 hours. If he charges 50 euros per hour, he's more expensive than me. That means that I can charge 1,000 euros per hour and still be less expensive than my competitor charging 50 euros per hour. So anyways, that was it. Thank you for watching. There are links in the description of this YouTube video to both GitHub repositories and an article where I am talking about the economy of low code. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.